Apparently, 30% of the population have sleep issues. The vast majority of those people talk about the inability to unwind, to relax and to drop off. They commonly report that the little voice in their head just won't stop chattering away, even if it means going over and over the stuff it's already rehashed 1,000 times. Now, outside of chemical imbalances in the brain, in my 35 years experience, there's really only two reasons we can't switch off. The first is that our intellectual minds, the part that talks to us, what the psychologists call sub-vocalizing, that bit's never been trained to behave itself. So it doesn't. It just stays up all night yammering on about whatever fits into it. It's like a naughty child refusing to follow simple instructions just because it likes being naughty. And this idea of training the brain to be our servant is about as foreign to us as chimpanzees dressed in tuxedos serving canapes in the desert. There's a great Native American story that illustrates it. A young boy approaches a chief and says that there are two wolves inside him battling for supremacy. One wolf, he says, is brave, nurturing, self-assured and compassionate. The other one is mean, nasty, lazy and self-centered. The chief acknowledges the boy's growing wisdom and recognition of the dark and the light sides that we all carry within us, and he asks the boy what his question is. And the boy asks, the fight between the two wolves, who wins? The chief takes a deep breath and says, it depends which one you feed. Most of us Westerners feed the wrong wolf inadvertently and then complain about its behaviour. The fact is, we have to go out of our way to train our brains to do what we ask of them because it's not mentioned in our schooling. Now, it's not difficult, we just have to learn about letting some thoughts go and not paying attention to them. We may even have to actively dismiss them. As an illustration, many parents have thought, I'm going to kill that kid. Yet, this very same parent dismisses the idea as soon as it emerges. That's what I mean by letting some thoughts go. Hanging on to them only makes you wonder what's wrong with you. The other component in brain training is forcing the mind to pay attention to what you told it to do. It's deceptively simple. All we have to do is notice the thoughts wandering, and without scolding ourselves, herd the mind like a shepherd back into the correct paddock, or in this case, the correct subject. This gentle but insistent cajoling of the intellect to do your bidding pays enormous dividends. Yes, of course it takes practice, and most of us tire too easily and give up. But if there was a chip we could have installed into our brain that could do that, we'd undoubtedly pay thousands for it. The second reason so many people have trouble getting to sleep is they take stratospheric levels of background tension to bed with them. My sister-in-law once described being with my almost permanently angry brother this way. She said, it's like trying to sleep next to a bomb that's definitely going to explode. You just don't know when. Today, next week, next month, next year, whatever. This background tension, or stress, to put it more accurately, takes a form of energy running around in our body with no way of getting out. So it just rattles the cage for a few hours until eventually it dies down and we fall asleep 2 hours before we need to get up. So releasing or calming that energy can take many forms. Among the most successful, which are hitting the gym and expending the energy, walking the dog, chatting with the spouse, playing with the kids, reading something inspirational, meditation, mindfulness, yoga, tai chi, you name it. You'll have to experiment with what works for you, but here's what we know makes everything worse. Any screen activity during the last hour before sleep, eating too much, eating too late, too much alcohol both this week or this evening, watching anything exciting on the telly, having arguments unresolved, regretting past mistakes. As I said, you'll have to experiment on yourself to find out what works, but it's worth every minute of the effort.